As you can see, most of the park amenities are located in the north part of the site. The future community center and pool are located in the south, along with the dog park. Parking will be included on both north and south halves of the park. We'll get into more details soon, but first wanted to provide this overview of the site. We have a 12-foot paved walkway connecting River Loop 2 and Wilkes Drive. It's the spine that connects all the park amenities together. And the connection between north and south will be at a bridge crossing here in the middle. If you visited the site recently, you might see where we have cleared out some invasive vegetation to help us find the best crossing spot. Along our street frontage, we are showing sidewalk and street tree planting to facilitate safe access to the park and allow for future connection to the Wilkes Drive bike path. Soft surface trails along the existing natural areas will be accompanied by additional trees planted in swaths and informal groupings to support the natural character of the open space and be in harmony with the community values and informal in character, in the park's character. As mentioned earlier, the natural areas of the park are focused on the existing drainage ways and park edges, and these areas can be enhanced by removing invasive vegetation and planting additional native species. These areas would not be irrigated, they would be less frequently mowed, and have an overall more natural character than the rest of the site. The community park will include lighting. These would be pedestrian scale light poles, not too tall, and they would be shielded to limit glare into adjoining properties and into the night sky. This is our draft enlargement of the north site master plan. It shows a little more detail and explores adjacent relationships between park elements. I'd like to walk you through each one of these zones now, starting with the schoolhouse at the north end of the site, here at the top of your screen. The city has been having conversations with the Santa Clara community organizations to look into the feasibility of preserving the former schoolhouse for community use. So to the south of the schoolhouse is a community garden with space for approximately 50 plots. The community garden would be serviced by a small parking lot immediately adjacent to the east of the schoolhouse. The food production theme would then continue in this area with a fruit orchard surrounding the schoolhouse. And the flexible event plaza near the parking lot is sized to accommodate about 10 to 15 pop-up booths for community events. It's adjacent to the restroom building. And you'll note that there's an east-west connection from between the two parking lots. It's oversized for maintenance and event use. So should food trucks or maintenance be needed, this connection makes it easy to service the park without interrupting the major pedestrian areas to the south. The play area is centrally located and large enough to have a separate zone for older and younger kids, and it's separated by a sand play feature. It is shown about twice the size of the one at Emerald Community Park, just as a point of reference. It has ample seating and shade on its perimeter, both in formal bench locations, seat walls, and a shaded lawn space here just south of the toddler zone. There is clear, unobstructed visibility from the play area to the shelters, as well as to the restroom building, and seating areas all around for keeping an eye on children. The irrigated lawn is about 3 acres in size. If you're familiar with Emerald Park again, the open irrigated lawn there is about 1 acre, or 1/3 the size of what we are showing here. You will note that there are 2 large shelters shown on the master plan. These are rentable group shelters and are slightly larger than the ones you might find at Emerald Park for scale comparison. The central location is close to the restrooms and play area, but separate enough to allow for group gathering with some relatively close parking. Now, do you see the small feature here called Spray Play? This feature can serve multiple purposes as a play feature for water play, or as a stage for community events. Its location right here is like an elbow between the flexible event space to the north and the Great Lawn. It can serve as a stage facing either space for smaller functions or for bigger lawn event functions. The courts area includes a full court basketball court and up to 4 pickleball courts. A small shelter for smaller friends and family gatherings is located right close to those. And these features are also situated very close to the Madison Middle School, where we're also proposing a small gate and paved connection here to the 4J sidewalk. So this is an enlargement of the draft master plan for the south end of the park, shown at full build out. The community center and pool are not really designed yet, so these images are a placeholder for now. And the dog park is proposed to be on the north side of that future community center and pool. However, because it will be quite some time before the community center and pool are constructed, the dog park may work better closer to the street with parking provided. Ideally, the interim dog park will be about 3 acres, fenced, and have a separate big and little dog area. So that